Did you let Mum have a long life today? Hmm? Good morning, Gunner. He's just come in. Good morning. Hello, my beautiful people.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome to this week's weekly reading vlog. It is Monday. It is currently 10:47 p.m. I don't usually vlog this late because usually I'm asleep by now. But Daniel and I have been sitting reading this evening. We were watching Marlowe's sprints earlier on. I must admit, I didn't really do a lot of reading during that, but Daniel did. Daniel, would you like
Yeah.
to give a reading update of your first book finished for the year?
First of all, very tired. It felt like quite a long bit of reading, but I think that's just based on finishing The Witcher, to which, at first, I wasn't best pleased. And kind of going through a lot of it, I wasn't really sure if I was going to continue the 5 other books after this second one that I'm on just now.
You're on
But
Sword of Destiny, aren't you?
yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, just then after, I'd probably say the second half of the book, because I think I read the first half and then took a 3-month break.
Yeah, you were
or something
struggling
like
a wee
that.
bit with it.
And I don't know if it was just based on what else I was wanting to read, or if it was the book itself, but I just don't know if I was in the right place for it. But for the second half of the book, yeah, it's kind of folded out the way I wanted to, which is
Yeah.
nice and leads into the next 5 books, to which it will all be a little bit more intertwined than the 2 of these ones.
And what are you rating it?
I rated it a 4.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say a 3.
Well, it was going to be probably a 2, the first half, which I know is silly because I absolutely love the games, I love the TV series. It was just for some reason the way the book was laid out for me, I wasn't kind of too inclined. But like I said, I got over that,
Yeah.
and gave it a 4, primarily based on, I'd probably say, what's coming next, because I know what's coming next, and the end of it kind of rounded it off quite well. But I won't spoil too much because Katie might read at some point.
I mean,
So
I own the first 2,
Mhm.
and I've got the fancy illustrated edition of The Last Wish as well. So we'll wait and see.
But what have you been reading?
I've been reading Legends and Lattes. So at the end of last week's vlog, I told you guys that I started reading this. So I started reading it last night on the Great British TBR off. I can never remember the name of the readathon that I am a part of because I'm a terrible human being. But anyway, I started Legends and Lattes yesterday, and I've just got this left. I'm on page 233. I wasn't a fan of this at the start. I kind of thought that it was really slow and not a lot was really going on, but I've kind of found it quite endearing now because it's nice and quaint and a nice cozy fantasy. And I don't think I would have ever really read something like this before. The fact that the cover looked like this made me want to read it to start with.
Yeah.
That, and Lisa hyped this book forever and said that everybody should read it. So I do understand the hype on it, but if you're not really looking for a book that a lot happens in it, but has like a fantastical fantasy element in it, and you don't mind really nice characters, then
any drama?
It's not really drama as such.
I mean, fantasy drama.
No, not really. It's not your usual high, fast-paced, descriptive, world-building, fantasy-esque life in the pages. It's kind of just an easygoing, very simple storyline. They're quite obscure characters. They're kind of all like different creatures and things, and you kind of learn the backgrounds of the creatures and how they all intermingle, and how some creatures are like frowned upon and other people don't like them.
I think I would like that.
I think you would like it, but I think I went into it expecting like a world building, atmospheric, sort of fast paced thing.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But fantasy's always a hard one sometimes when it comes to read. Kind of
Well,
based on what you want from either the in-depth of characters or more so like the world that it's in.
I think because on the back it says high fantasy.
Mhm.
So I expected something like Brandon Sanderson, but not maybe like as severe as Brandon Sanderson. He writes like really high fantasy, like very descriptive world. He's like the Stephen King of fantasy is the best way to describe him.
What about Tolkien?
Yeah. But I don't know. I am enjoying it. It's been sitting at a 3.5 stars because at the start it was actually only 3.
Yeah.
I was rating it and I was like, I don't understand why everybody else is so excited and hyped up by this. But I think it's sitting at a 4 now because it gives me warm feels.
Is that a standalone? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll leave you wanting more?
I don't know. It depends how it goes. Because there is fantasy elements into it and there is like magical bits in it and I do like that. But I just don't know where it's going to go and there's not a lot left.
See, that's why I hate
for
about
where it
coming
to
to the end of
go.
a book.
Yeah.
And that's like Kafka on the Shore. I was just like I was loving it the whole way through. And just maybe the last couple of chapters, it was still good. I still rated it, I think. I think I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did. It was just for the whole other elements of the book itself. Definitely I recommend from mine for the tail end of last year. But yeah, it just didn't kind of give me what I want. But literally, just reading the end of The Witcher there, the last page, it was just, I loved it.
Yeah.
And it was maybe just 2 chapters again prior to that is where I started getting the seep of informations that I was looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite good, and I'm now looking forward to the rest.
What are you going to read next?
I do think I'm going to take a break from that.
A little step back from that world.
But it's good to get back into the realm of it. But I think I'm probably going to go with War of the Worlds that I'm still having on the Kindle. So it's quite a short one, so I've got a couple of them to kind of get out of the way. And then, yeah, take it from there. What about
Awesome.
yourself?
I don't know. It'll be one of these books that we're propped up on.
Yeah.
I feel like
Gatsby.
Well, I feel like I want to get that one read and out of the way, but
Again,
I'm scared it might make me slumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might put me off wanting to read and I might just not want to pick it up. So I feel like that might have to be an end of the month thing, but I'm not sure because I really want to read Crescent City and that's like 800 pages.
Yeah.
And I want to fire through the other 6 books that I have for the month so that I can get to Crescent City.
Yep.
But
and what's your overall target on Goodreads this year?
60.
60.
And yours is?
50.
Woohoo!
So about 1 a week.
Yeah.
Easy.
We can do this.
Indeed.
It's going to be fine. But anyway, we have sat and blathered for quite some time.
Yeah.
This is quite a long introduction to the vlog, but started it with some book reviews. See you guys in the morning. Hello, my beautiful people. Happy Tuesday. How are we all doing today? It's 8:05 in the evening. I've not really done any vlogging today, so I apologise about that. But I do have some reading updates for you. Basically, my day has consisted of a lazy morning. Then Daniel and I went and did a food shop. And Daniel and I take ages when we go food shopping. So that was like a whole 2 hours of the day taken away. But I have done reading and I have finished Legends and Lattes. So this is my second book of the year done. My first one for the prompts of the Great British TBR off. Such a mouthful to say that. Yes, I probably have a pretty unpopular opinion with this one, but I am actually going to rate it a 3.5 stars. It's not because I didn't like it. It's not because I didn't enjoy it. It's just, it really wasn't what I expected. It didn't really live up to the hype. And I mean, it was a quaint, nice little story. I really liked the characters. There was a lot of points in this that I did like. I liked the magical elements of it. It's just some things weren't really explained fully and I didn't really understand the backstory of certain bits of it. I don't know if that's just me being stupid or just not understanding it, but it just didn't seem to like come together properly for me. I feel like there should maybe have been like another 50 pages where it kind of went into the magical part and the event that happens, like the bad event that happens. Obviously I don't want to spoil anything, but the bad event that occurs, it doesn't really go into that in a huge amount of detail, like what kind of happened and how it happened. So that was kind of a bit disappointing because I feel like I've been left with all these answers. Now I'm pretty sure this is a standalone, so there's no way that it could be answered. Or is it not a standalone? Maybe it's just me that I presumed it was a standalone. I've not heard otherwise. But yeah, 3.5 stars. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I'm just a bit sad that the hype was really big on it, and I'm glad that I didn't read it when the hype was massive. I mean, the hype is still really big on it, but it just wasn't for me. I love the characters. I love the friendships between the characters. I like the bad characters. I like the good ones. It's just, there was a couple of bits in the plot that was a bit thin for me, and I'm one of those people that really likes answers, and I feel like we just didn't get the answers for all of the questions that I had. So that is a reading update for you there. I need to go and pick another book. I think I'm gonna try, my goodness, I've got like an eyelash or something in my eye. I'm going to try and possibly start The Great Gatsby. That's another one for my TBR for the readathon. That one's for a book outside of my comfort zone. I'm really stressing about reading this, but it is really short, so I'm thinking it might be okay. It's like a classic. I don't get on very well with classics, but I do want to try and get it out of the way. But my fear is I might become slumpy, so I'm really hoping that I don't become slumpy. So if I read the first chapter tonight, I think that'll give me a good idea, an indication whether it's going to make me slumpy or not. And then I can take it to work tomorrow and read it before I start work. And hopefully in the next couple of days, I should have that finished. I'll also be listening to The Prisoner of Azkaban. No, I finished that. I'll be listening to The Goblet of Fire at work as well. I've still got, I think it's about 12 hours of that, so I won't get that finished tomorrow, but I should have that finished on Thursday in the office, so that's good. And then that should be hopefully another 2 weeks finished for the week, and that would be excellent. But yeah, I just thought I'd pop on here and tell you my review of this. I'm really sorry if I've disappointed you with my review, and I haven't done it to hurt anybody. It's just I know how many people like love this book, and I know a lot of people will think I'm wrong, but hear me out. The reasons that I gave it, I think, are quite understanding for why I rated it 3.5. But it was still a really good book. I think everyone would enjoy that book. I'm not telling anyone to not read it. I really want people to read this book because a lot of people are enjoying it. It's just my logical, question-driven mind wants to know all the answers. The Great Book TBR off. Oh my god, why can I not get this readathon right? I do apologise. I'm so sorry. I want to say 10 million other things instead of The Great Book TBR off. Great Book TBR off. I think that's right. The Great Book TBR off. Hi Ziggy. You're sitting on The Great Gatsby. How am I meant to read that? Excuse me. Can I have this, please? Ow! Do you not want me to read that, no? Is that your book now? Okay. Great. Hello, my beautiful people. Happy Wednesday? Is it Jazz Hands Wednesday? Yes, it is. I can't believe that I still say that, even to this day, and I started that, what, almost a year ago. It's actually, hello Ziggy. Excuse me, sir. Ugh. It's actually coming up to my year anniversary on YouTube. I can't remember when it is. It must be so soon anyway, but yeah, I can't believe I've been doing this for a year, like filming pretty much every day of my life. It's crazy, and it's crazy that you guys come here and you watch it and you comment and say such lovely things, and it's so nice that we're building this little part of the internet together, and I love it. I just find it strange that people want to sit and listen to me sit and talk shit about books and watch all things that go on in my life. So I'm very thankful for all of you out there. I just felt a bit sentimental and wanted to share that on what will be my year anniversary at some point. Reading update wise, so I was in the office today. I only listened to an hour of the Goblet of Fire audiobook, which is incredibly sad because I was just so busy. I just didn't have time to listen to it properly. So the chances of me finishing that at work tomorrow is so slim because I think I've still got like 10 hours or something to go. So not going to get that finished. I have, however, now this is not a book bestie for a change. This is one of the book bows. I don't think they deliver to the UK anymore, but it's always so creased. Like, I don't love book bows anywhere near as much as I love book besties. Like, book besties have my heart. But yeah, I just so happened to use this one today and I kind of regret it, but I don't. But yes, so I have read this much. I'm on page 38. I said to Daniel earlier I was on page 50, but I'm not. I'm on page 38. This book, what can I say about this book? In 38 pages so far, we've met the main character. He's went to a party. He met someone, went to another party, went on a train, met some other people, went to a party. And that's pretty much it. I've heard such great things about this book, and I don't know, am I just not clever enough to understand like a philosophical message or something? Is there something that I am missing that I just don't understand? I really don't know. But I mean, it's all right for a classic. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I did. I don't like some of the conversations that are had in it, but this is meant to be set like 1915 roughly, I believe. So I can understand why those conversations are being had, because that is what type of conversations happened back in the day. But aging wise and progressing in the world, they're not the type of conversations that would be had now, or should not be had now, should I say. But yeah, I just feel like there's just not a lot going on. I mean, we haven't met Zelda yet. When are we meeting Zelda? Is that, like, it says for Zelda at the start. Is Zelda even in the book? Or is she philosophical? Does she exist? Is she imaginary? I just don't know. But I am going to sit and read a bit more of this, so maybe I can get to grips and figure out what the hell is going on here, or if this guy just hops party to party and just lives his best life and just kind of blags his way through everything, because I kind of feel like that's what's happening. I feel like the main character is going to become friends with Gatsby. I mean, I'm only 38 pages in and nothing has signaled towards that in any way, shape or form. It's not a spoiler because I have no idea. This is just my thoughts on what I think is going to happen. But yeah, has anybody else read The Great Gatsby? Like, am I going to get to the end of it and I'm going to love it and I'm going to be like, wow, I get it? Or am I going to get to the end of it and just be like, I don't understand. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to read this for a little bit and then I'm going to get myself to bed. It's currently 5 to 8. It's quite late. I was like coming on about going to Daniel's and like just everything didn't work out the way it was supposed to. So I'm staying here tonight instead of staying at Daniel's. Nothing bad's happened. It's just plan wise for me going to work in the morning and everything. It was too chaotic and it just made more sense for me to stay here. So I get to see lovely Daniel tomorrow instead. But yeah, I am going to read some more of this and then maybe update you guys again and tell you what my thoughts and feelings are. The other thing about this book, now I don't know if it's just this version, I'll have to check my other version of this, but the chapters don't start like on a new page. They start like halfway down a page. And that really stresses me out. Like, it should start on a page. In my brain, that's how it works. So when I want to read up to a chapter, I'm like halfway through a page. I don't like that. So now I'm having to wait until I'm like at a full stop, which stresses me out even more because not a lot of these pages end up in a full stop. So, that is my gripes about this copy. Does that annoy anybody else when you're like halfway through a page and that's when it decides to be a new chapter? Or is it just me? Welcome to Wednesday's Rambles. So an update. I am on page 72. So I read quite a chunk since I last spoke to you guys, and I think I understand what's going on. I think it's just very romantic, and there's a lot of hopeless romantic activity going on, and it's just about love, longing, and wanting to belong somewhere. That is kind of what I have gathered. And to be perfectly honest, 38 pages in, I was just kind of like a little bit bored, didn't really know what was going on. But I'm on page 72 and I'm kind of hooked. I want to know what's going on. I'm fascinated by the characters and I just really want to see where it's going and what the future holds for certain characters. I find that quite exciting and I'm quite drawn in. And I'm really surprised to say that as a classic, wanting to be like feeling drawn in and that I'm going to read, like that I'm excited to read it. So excited I can't even speak properly. Yeah, I kind of want to stay up all night and finish this, which is hilarious and absolutely not going to happen because it's 9:15 in the evening and I will be up at 5:30 for work. So I am definitely not going to spend like the next 2 hours reading this to finish it. Do I want to? I absolutely do, but if I'm actually going to do it, the answer is no. So I'm quite excited for my hour of reading at work tomorrow because I should get a good chunk of this done. And then hopefully tomorrow night, I should get this finished, which is quite exciting. And I want to watch the movie of this at some point as well. I don't know if Daniel wants to read this as well. But if he does, then obviously I'll wait to watch the film because I don't think he's watched the film yet. Pretty sure the film's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it, if I remember correctly. Or is there an original? There might be an original. I'm gonna have to Google that as well. But anyway, I am very fascinated, very excited by this, and just really want to know what's happening. And to be perfectly honest, at the start, not a lot was happening, but it was actually building up to this, which I'm here for. I was speaking to Danny about this morning, and Danny said that she thinks she DNF'd this. And I can understand from the start why she DNF'd this, because in my brain I was like, why am I wasting my time reading this? And then I thought in my head, it's only 148 pages this edition. I'm just going to push through, just going to see how I get on. And I am so glad that I did. This is currently sitting at a 4-star for me. I'm halfway through, it's sitting at 4-star. Miracles have actually happened. I am reading a classic for starters and I'm rating it a 4-star so far. That could all change. It could all go tits up and it could all become a nightmare and end up a 1 or a 2-star. But I highly doubt it. But I do understand why so many people like this, because the character Gatsby himself is like a magnificent oddity that like you just don't know where it's gonna go. That's all I'm going to say because I do not want to spoil anything, but he is just a magnificent man and I want to know all of his secrets and what he's all about. But I'm going to get myself to bed. Even though I want to sit here all night and read this, I'm going to get myself to bed because I do really need sleep. And the more I'm reading, the more my eyes are starting to get heavy. So it is definitely time for bed. So that is my update. Hello, my beautiful people, and happy Thursday. Hi, Ziggy. It is Ziggy's last day of having balls. Bless him. Someone is getting the snip tomorrow. Are you excited? Nope. He will no longer be humping the blanket on my bed, which is very exciting. I am currently on the Great Book TBR off sprints on Catherine's channel. I am hoping to get this finished this evening. I'm on page 98 out of 143, so there's pretty much absolutely no reason why I cannot get that done. Like, absolutely no reason. Can I help you? No. So I'm gonna get that finished, and then I don't know what I'm gonna start next because I could probably get this finished in a sprint. There's 40 minutes left of this sprint, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm also on holiday now as well, so I am off Friday and Monday. So tomorrow when we take Ziggy to the vet, he has to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I need to take away the food at 9 o'clock tonight, which means Nasa and Gunnar basically have to do without food as well, which kind of sucks for them, but there's no other way I can do it without like separating them. So they're not going to starve, but they're basically not going to be allowed food. until 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, about 7:30 in the morning when Ziggy goes into the pet carrier. Nasa and Gunnar can have their breakfast. But I am going on a road trip with Daniel and his work tomorrow. So he's going to like all the stores that he needs to go visit for work. And then, can I help you? And then I am going with him, and I'm going to sit in a coffee shop and I'm going to read a book and just have like a nice little road trip, which will be nice. And then we can have like lunch and stuff together, which sounds like weird dates, but like that's just how Daniel and I jam. So yeah, I am going to go and get this finished. I will let you guys know what I'm thinking. I'm absolutely loving it. It's still sitting at a 4-star. I reckon it could become a 4.5. It could become a 5. Who knows, just depending on what happens. We'll just have to wait and see. But let's get reading. Update. I finished it. My heart is broken. This turned into such an incredibly sad book. I wasn't expecting the sadness that this brought with it. Ugh. Also, fun fact, I might be an idiot because I said a couple of clips back that we hadn't got to the part when we met Zelda and when we were meeting Zelda. I think Zelda was the love of Fitzgerald, the author's life. I'm going to have to Google that and I'm going to have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that that is a thing. So I'm a bit of an idiot for that. So if you laughed at me at that previous clip because you've read this book, then you're welcome. But yeah, this was a beautifully sad book. That's all I can really say. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm giving it... Oh, I don't know. I'm a bit torn. I really want to give it 4.5 stars, but I also really want to give it 5 stars because it really tugged at my heartstrings. And when a book does that, it kind of deserves 5 stars. So I think I'm going to give it 5 stars because it just made my heart swell so much and my eyes water. And I was reading that on a live and I really wanted to turn my camera off and I really wanted to bawl my eyes out, but I didn't. I've got so many raw emotions from reading that last part of the book. And if you know, you know, but oh my goodness, like the hurt that I felt when I read this. There's so many characters in this book that are good, that are bad, that are morally bad, that are gentle-natured, but just really bad people who do bad things. And they all come together and it's just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of sums up how the world is, how humans are, how human connection is so important in certain settings, how people can be in love and you only need to meet someone once to be in love with them, and then that's you in love with them for the rest of your life, and what you'll do for love, and like bad things that happen and what happens when bad things happen. That was a really crap summary because I really don't want to spoil this and I've got so many emotions going on inside my head and I'm just like, I don't know how to correctly spit out how I feel about this book, but I'm going to give it a 5 star. I have read a classic, given it a 5 star, read it really quickly, even though it was a short one, read it really quickly and absolutely loved it. Could 2023 be the year that I become a classics reader? Well, we're just going to have to wait and see, aren't we?
Hello my beautiful people. I'm currently in a car park, so if I become really weird or don't pay attention or talk funny, it's because I'm scared people can see me. So I'm currently in Kirkcaldy, which is like, I don't know, 60 miles away from Aberdeen, 70 miles away from Aberdeen, I'm not 100% sure, but basically little Ziggy went to the vet this morning to get this snip, so I had to drop him off at 8 o'clock. Daniel came with me and took me and came into the vet with me as well because he knew that I was not okay. I know it's a simple operation, but after last year I'm just very wary when it comes to vets, even for the simplest of things. So we dropped him off, and then I've come with Daniel to work today, so he's traveling to all these different stores and I'm basically like chilling in the car, chilling in shopping centres. And I didn't know Kirkcaldy had a Waterstones, but they did, so I picked up a couple of books, so I will show you those later on when I get home. And then I also got a book in a charity shop as well, which I'm quite excited about. And yeah, I am just waiting in the car while he is in a store, and then then we've got to go to one more place in Glenrothes, and then we're going to go head home, and then we're going to pick up Ziggy because his operation and everything went well. I phoned him at lunchtime, everything went well, and he will be ready from 2 o'clock to pick up, but it's currently 1:24 and we're quite far away, so just have to wait and see what time we get back at. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, so because people are staring at me, people are parking up literally right next to me. Hello my beautiful people. I didn't say hello my beautiful people happy Friday yesterday. I did speak. Excuse my recycling, by the way. We have not had recycling emptied here for like 3 weeks, and I've got a lot of recycling going on in this house because I can't bring myself to just throw it in the normal bin, because what's the point in that? So ignore that. Anyway, yesterday we picked Ziggy up from the vet, and I didn't vlog after that because when I picked him up he had basically everything went fine with his operation, but he had to get antibiotics because he had a fever of like 39.8. So he's just kind of been sleeping basically. Gunner's been hissing at him because obviously he smells different, so that's been a bit frustrating. So I didn't want to vlog because I was just too busy just making sure that he was going to be okay and things, because there was a high chance that I might have had to take him to the emergency vet if his temperature continued to get any higher, but thankfully it didn't, and his temperature is starting to come down. So he's just a very sleepy boy, and he got his second vaccines yesterday as well, which will play with his temperature. So yeah, a whole ordeal. So yeah, but I am just a way to go on to the great book TBR off. I really hope to God I am saying that properly. I'm just a way to jump on some sprint to that. I'm just making myself a lap sang. Yes, it's not a biscuit tea. Very sorry to anybody that I found out there after bringing biscuit tea to the world. But yeah, I am a way to jump on to that. They are currently sprinting just now. I'm going to sprint maybe once or twice, and then I'm seeing Daniel. I did something to my hair today. So I put purple hair dye on my hair, like a lilac, thinking that it would maybe, you know, go lilac, and it's actually just went like a weird, you can't really see it in this light properly, but it's basically went like a weird, really light blonde. But just empty the hot water bottle. But yeah, I don't hate it and it's fine. So I've decided to rock some purple lipstick because obviously purple was where I wanted to go with that, but that didn't happen. So there we are, just in case you wondered why it changed or looked different. It was a fail. But yeah, I have some reading updates for you. So yesterday I was reading The Roommate. So I went with Daniel to work and went traveling with him yesterday while Ziggy was in the vet, and I was reading The Roommate in a Costa whilst Daniel was in one of the stores, and yeah, that is not a book that I maybe want to be reading in public, because it's a bit smutty, to say the least, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm about 93 pages in, so I am hoping to get a good chunk of that read today, possibly get it finished, because it is actually a really quick read as well, and then that'll be 4 books for the year done already on the 7th of January. Who am I? Welcome to my channel. I read books now at a normal rate of a booktuber. So yes, I am just making myself a cup of tea, gonna jump on the sprints, get some reading done, and then yeah, I'm gonna see Daniel, and I think he wants to do some reading tonight as well, so we're gonna get that done. He really wants to read a book together, and we do have a couple of books that we both have that we've both not read. He is adamant he wants to read A Little Life. He has bought the book, he really wants to read it. I have read it before, I've went through the pain and the suffering once before, so every time he suggests it, I'm like, no, I really don't want to be depressed. That depressed? No thank you. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because I don't know what I want to read after The Roommate. I'm kind of like flying through my TBR, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know what I'm in the mood for, but I know that I'm in the mood for The Roommate, but when I finish that, I don't know where I want to go after that. But yes, right. Standing here yapping to you guys is not going to get anything productive done, so I am going to go and get some reading done.
Hello, it is me again. Did I say happy Saturday there? I can't remember. But anyway, it's actually not that long since I last spoke to you. I literally put on a jumper and put on my specs so that I could read The Roommate. I'm actually on page 98 and I'm loving it. But I just realised that I went to Waterstones and took you guys with me, but then didn't show you guys what I got. I also went to some charity shops as well. The shops are very strange in like Kirkcaldy and Glenrothes. They're not like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just not your typical shops generally. But there was a Waterstones in Kirkcaldy, I believe it was, not in Glenrothes. So I had some vouchers to spend and I spent them. But I did get a book in a charity shop. There was only one that I really saw and fancied, and it was Finlay Donovan is Killing It, a mystery. Now I can't remember if this is a first in a series or if this is the second one. I can't remember, but this one or the first one has been on my wish list for ages, and I saw it was £2 and I was just like, for a hardback as well, I was just gonna pick it up. I'm pretty sure this is the first one, but I could be wrong. I'm sure there's another one as well, so don't quote me on that. So if I'm speaking rubbish, then yeah. So I couldn't just leave that one behind, so I picked it up. And then in Waterstones, why am I speaking so much with my hands today? In Waterstones, I didn't have a bag with me because I didn't really plan on going shopping, but then I did. I got Gleanings because I have the Scythe trilogy and I didn't even know like this was a thing, and it's the Waterstones exclusive, but I don't know like why it's exclusive. I have no idea. It looks like just a regular paperback, but it's Stories from the Arc of a Scythe. So I'm excited. I do plan on reading the rest of that series this year because I absolutely loved Scythe, and I don't know why I just read the first one and then dropped it. So I picked this one up to try and encourage me to pick up the rest of the series. I'm not really sure when it's going to happen because I've got Crescent City to start and there's a lot of plans that I have. And then I have had this one on my wish list for a little while as well, Notes on an Execution. So it's actually like the thriller book of the month for Waterstones, but it was also in the buy one get one half price, which was pretty cool. So I picked up this one and took it off my wish list because I am really excited to get to this one, and I really do hope to get to this one very very soon. This story just really fascinates me with that one. And then I thought this had maybe been out for a little while, but I think it's actually just come out. I got the Loath to Love You, the novella collection by Ali Hazelwood. I really loved The Love Hypothesis, and I really enjoyed, what was the other one called? Love on the Brain. I loved The Love Hypothesis more, but I think that's because of the Star Wars elements to it. But yeah, I got that for the half price one, which was pretty cool. I couldn't kind of pass this one up. There wasn't actually anything else in the buy one get one half price that I really fancied, but then I saw this one and I was delighted. And then this was also on my wish list. So these are all books that I actually really wanted to get, which is A Magic Steeped in Poison, and it's such a beautiful cover. It's not really a book that I would usually tend to go for, but it is a fantasy that I am interested in, so I did decide to buy it. It's quite a chunky one. I wasn't actually expecting it to be this big, but it is, but there we are. I'm not really sure when I'll get to this one, because I feel like this is one that I'll really need to be in the mood to read, but I have heard really good things about it, and I like the synopsis of it. It just sounds like something that I would actually really enjoy if I can get my mind into the mindset to actually pick it up to read it. But this is the year of reading stuff that maybe scares me a little bit, that maybe I wouldn't usually do, something a bit out of the norm. I mean, I read The Great Gatsby, 5-starred it, absolutely loved it, and that's a classic, and that's something that I just wouldn't usually do. So yes, that is my little book call. I've probably got about 2 minutes until Siobhan and Catherine come back onto the sprints and start talking, so I really need to get my ass onto the live. Are you doing some reading, Gunnar? Come on in. Hi, beautiful. Are you in a better mood now? Okay, bye. Are you feeling better, handsome? Is your temperature coming down? Did you have mommy worried? I love you so much. Love you. You're so cute. Good boy. I'm still here. Love you. Oh, look at your little paw. Got lipstick on. Hi. Feeling better? Yeah? Lots of cuddles? Good plan. You're still very sleepy though. Your antibiotics are obviously making you sleepy, but also Suki. You're a big Sook anyway. Love you. Hello, my beautiful people. Happy Sunday. I am covered in like dirt. I've spent the morning pretty much cleaning the house and sorting stuff out, and it is now currently 3:30. I have also done a massive chunk of reading this morning as well, so I've only got this much left of The Roommate. Absolutely loving this. This is like a steamy, fine, steamy, smutty smut book. I am loving this. If this is not a 5-star, then nothing else can be a 5-star this year, basically. That is a bold statement, but I'm just putting that out there. The way this book has the intense sexual tension is unreal. This sexual tension has been written so well. This is the first time I've read something that has really wound me up to the point that I'm like, come on, let's get going. Like, you've got to. It's been built up so much, like it's boiling over. So I'm very happy with this. I need to have a look to see if Rosie Dannon, is that how you say it, has written any other books, because this could be a new favourite author. So yeah, I am just putting on some reading sprints just now, and I am gonna get hopefully this chunk finished. Daniel's coming over later on and we're gonna go food shopping, so I actually need to be showered and go outside into the world in about an hour and a half. So I've got like an hour maybe to read, and then just shower and get ready in half an hour. Yeah, so we're gonna go food shopping because we both need to pick up a couple of bits and pieces. Mr. Ziggy Prime is doing a lot better today. His temperature and everything is back to normal. He's still a little bit sleepy, but I think that's just purely because he's been on antibiotics. Well, he's still on antibiotics. He's still got a couple of days left of that. So fingers crossed he is over the worst part of whatever it is that was going on with him. All the boys are actually currently sleeping. I can see Nas over there, and I've got Ziggy over here with me, and then I think Gunner's lying on the bed. I don't think NASA's been in the vlog yet this week. I'm not sure. He is still very much alive and well. I will try and get some footage of him later on. I just don't think he's in it yet. Very strange. My OG. Sorry, I just keep looking at him. But anyways, I just wanted to come on and say happy Sunday, and that this is the progress that I've made, and I'm loving life, and this is smutty, and it makes my heart full of joy. This is the first time the pillow has just been straight up shared. Usually there's only one of them on it at a time, but not today. Hello my beautiful people. It is Sunday evening. I have not finished the roommate. I am not far off it though. I am so close. I've only got like 59 pages or something. I was going to finish that in this vlog, but to be perfectly honest, it's getting late. I want to get it edited and uploaded for tomorrow. So I am probably going to finish this tonight, but I will tell you my thoughts and feelings of it in next week's vlog. So yes. It has been a very busy week. There has been work, there has been holidays, there has been vet appointments. There's been a lot going on, but we have come to the end of the week. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog, and I hope you've all had a lovely day, no matter where you are, day, afternoon, morning, night, evening, whatever. And I will see you all next week, same time, same place. Bye!